Hello guys and welcome to this Python tutorial. The best way to learn a programming language is learning by tasks. We can try to solve small problems by writing our own code, and the reason why is because in this way we are going to feel more motivated to do something, and also during the process we are going to learn much more. The task of the day is prove that 2520 is the smallest number divisible by all numbers from 1 to 9. Let's prove this by our code. I strongly recommend every time before starting to solve a problem in programming, first write a small plan containing all the steps that you're going to follow until you get the solution. This is going to help you a lot. Our problem, it was to prove that 2520 is the smallest number divisible by all numbers from 1 to 9. First, what does it mean a number is divisible by another number? It means that what is remained after the integer division is 0. We are going to use this in order to build our code. So, what's our plan? First, we are going to find the modulus between numbers from 1 to 3000 and numbers 1 to 9. We are going to store the results in a list. We expect that the elements of this list are going to be all 0 in case that one of the numbers in this interval from 1 to 3000 is divisible from all the numbers from 1 to 9. And if this condition is fulfilled, we are going to find the number that we were looking for. So, let's start coding, and on the way we will understand more. First, we will do some definitions. First, we need to define a list which contains all the numbers from 1 to 3000 and also another list from 1 to 9. To define a list, we just type, let's call it x, and we type list, and we put the range from where to where we want our list to be. We want to be from 1 to 3000, but remember that if you want to have it from 1 to 3000, you have to put in the range one more. From 1 to 3001, the last one, which is in this case 3001, is not going to be counted. Now we define another list containing the numbers from 1 to 9. The same here, but remember that the last number is not going to be in the list, so we need to define it from 1 to 10 in order to have the list from 1 with the numbers from 1 to 9. We said that the modulus values that we are going to find in our code are going to be saved in a list. We need to define also this list. In order to define that, first we will need to call the package of numpy. And we are going to define the list as b equal to zeros. So numpy is a package very useful if you want to work with matrices and vectors, and in our case we want that the b list, which is going to contain all the modulus value, is going to be first defined as a list containing all the elements as zeros, and we want the dimension of this list to be the same as the dimension of the y matrix. So we put of the y list. So we put here y. Okay. Now let's start with the solution. The next part of our code is going to find the modulus of the numbers from 1 to 3000 with the numbers 1 to 9. We are going to do this by two for loops. first we define a for loop which is going to move around the numbers from 1 to 3000. So for I in range as much as the length of the x, which contain the numbers from 1 to 3000. And we define another for loop, now with a variable called j, in a range the same as the length of the y list. Here we are going to store the modulus values in the list we called it b. So we typed bj is going to be equal to xi. The modulus is found now in Python by this operator, yj. So this part of the code here is going to save in the list called b all the modulus values of the numbers 1 to 3000 with 1 to 9. Now we want a condition to be fulfilled. If all the elements which are in this list are all 0, it means that we have the number that we wanted. So if all, let's call the variable p, it's equal to 0 for p in b, we want to print, in this case, the value of xi, because we said before, if all the elements in this list are equal to 0, it means that this is the number which is divisible for the numbers from 1 to 9. But what it happens if it's not, if this condition is not true? If this condition is not true, we want to say to the code that continue with the other values and don't do anything else. So we just type continue. We can write this in a better way. Okay, we will write this in this way. It's a more elegant way. We need also a comma here. Okay, it looks fine. And in the end, we just write that the program is finished. Okay, so everything looks fine. Let's try to run the code. Okay, so we have the number divisible from all numbers between 1 and 9 is 2520, and this is what our purpose was in the beginning. Okay, thank you for watching.